Hello, this is Rok from Metalsteel and you're watching Antichrist Magazine TV. Metalsteel is a Slovenian heavy metal band formed about 20 years ago, so we are present on the scene actively already for 20 years. So far we have released 7 studio albums and 1 double live album. Our lineup consists of Dasha Trampuš on drums, Benjamin Keats on vocals and guitar, Matej Sušnik on bass and myself on second guitar. Basically we're in the same lineup from 2005, so we became really good friends and we function like I love to say like a metal family, so yeah, that's it. Yeah, well, regarding the band name, Metalsteel, it may sound a little bit childish to you, but at the time we were really from 11 to 14 years old when we formed the band, and we were influenced by the bands like Agent Steel, Metal Church, Manowar and so on, and it suited us quite well. We thought it's a great name and we decided to stick to it because it's easy, memorable, and I don't know, it's kind of represents our music still, and I think we'll keep it to the end of our story, so yeah. Okay, so Forsaken by the Gods is our latest release. It is our 7th studio album. It was recorded in one of the best studios here in Slovenia called Studio RSL. It was recorded simultaneously. That means that all of the band members were recording all the instrumental parts all together, like they did it in 70s and maybe also in the 80s, and that formula really suits us well. You have to be well played, but it is important to record like this to capture all the energy of the band. And also the result of the production is very organic. It is kind of still like modern production, but it is also organic on the other hand. So yeah, we really like the album. Feedbacks so far are awesome from all around Europe, and we can't wait to promote it also live. So the lyrics on the latest album were made by me and our drummer Dasha. Mostly it is about transitions from life to death, because we were also facing a loss of our dear friend, and he really influenced us a lot when we were writing the new material. So it is kind of like spiritual stuff, like facing loss of your loved ones and stuff like that. It is also some of the songs are about nature and our ancestors and stuff like that. So I'd say that is the main topic. We didn't plan to do a concept album, but in the end it still is kind of a concept album, and so far so good. The feedbacks are awesome. Yeah, the album cover art was made by a really good Slovenian illustrator, Mark Jordan. We are working with him from 2014 when he did a cover of our This Is Your Revelation album. He also made this symbol of the dragon, which represents our band. So he really always delivers the stuff like we want to. We always go to a beer and talk the things over, and he immediately knows what we want to do. So on this particular cover, it is like a totem in the burning forest, like the title song Forsaken by the Gods is also talking about deforestation and burning of the tropical forests and the tribes that who are facing the loss of their homes and stuff like that. So we try to capture this on our cover. So the totem also has our symbol of the dragon, like all the last 3 albums, and the burning forest all around. So yeah, that's the main story behind it. Well, we used to have 2 labels in the past, and they did quite good job, but we decided to be back on our own again. So this one is self-released. I don't know if it's really important to have a label now in these times, but maybe if you have smaller label who really has interest in you and who has vision to promote your band as it should be, then it's okay. But if you have some large label and you're in the bottom of the list, then it has no sense. Yeah, well, COVID is still a pretty bad situation for all the artists and performers. So yeah, we have to postpone our album release for 1 year. It should be released a year ago, but we decided to wait and did it in this September this year. So yeah, we had to cancel a lot of shows, but we did some live streams during the pandemic. We managed to play some festivals during summer, and also we did a release show in October for this new album. And it was amazing to see again all the happy faces under the stage and all the crew members and stuff like that. So hopefully the times will get better and we will play soon, as it should be. I wouldn't say epic fails, but yeah, it happened a lot of times to our bass player when we were younger, that he fell on stage or something like that. It was slippery and all kind of stuff was happening. But maybe it was funny when we were really younger and our lead singer got really drunk before the show, and he came to me and said, "Hey, Rogue just turned me where the audience is," because he couldn't see the audience and nothing. But he played and sang really well, everything was fine, but I think he doesn't still remember to this day what he was doing this evening. So yeah, maybe this. Yeah, there are some newer bands that I like, especially in this so-called subgenre. It's called epic heavy metal, and I like Eternal Champion, Visigoth, and also from Sweden, they're Air Raid, a great band, and Megaton Sword and stuff like that. So yeah, I try to follow as much as I can, also the newer bands, but of course I'm also in love with the old music. The COVID pandemic already affected the music scene really bad. A lot of smaller clubs and venues are closing. A lot of promoters decided to change their jobs. They can't afford to be in the music business anymore. Smaller bands split up and stuff like that. So yeah, it affected it badly. But you know how it is, the strongest will survive, I think. So it won't kill the scene, but I'm afraid that it will never be the same again. So yeah, it's hard for the promoters and for the professional musicians who are dependent on their live shows and stuff like that. So yeah, it's not very easy to be in this situation for everybody involved in the music business. The local music scene in Slovenia is pretty good. It is of course a lack of good venues and clubs, like I said, but there are a lot of good bands playing, and it's really quality stuff. So I don't know, you can check out like bands like Sky Eye, Eruption, Surd, I don't know, Mist also. So many bands are doing great stuff, and also during this pandemic, many of the artists decided, like us, to go to the studio and make some new music during pandemic, and the albums are really great. So you should definitely check it out. So the main goal is to promote the new album as much as we can. As I said, so far the feedbacks are amazing. Also, thanks for this interview. So yeah, we're receiving reviews and feedbacks from fans from all around Europe, and it seems that people dig our stuff. So we're really happy, but we wish to also to present it to metalheads on the concerts. So live, we definitely miss playing live. So let's hope that next year we go again to play some shows around Europe, also of course in Slovenia and the Balkans, like we did before. So yeah, we're kind of trying to stay optimistic, and we'll see what future brings.